The world is a battlefield. You wake up every morning, and whether you like it or not, the war has already begun. It's not a war fought with guns and bombs, but with thoughts, doubts, fears, and the silent weight of laziness pressing on your chest. The weak will stay down, complaining about how unfair life is. The strong will rise, not because they were born different, but because they chose to be unbreakable. Every man and woman has two voices inside. One whispers comfort. It's okay, you've done enough. Rest. You deserve it. The other screams, you are wasting time. You're not there yet. Get up and fight. Most people spend their entire lives listening to the first voice. It's soft, it's warm, and it slowly kills you. The second voice. That's your real self. That's the part of you that knows your potential, that sees what you could become if only you stopped lying to yourself. Discipline is the foundation of an unbreakable mindset. It's not about motivation. Motivation is for amateurs. Motivation fades. Discipline remains. When it's raining, when you're tired, when you're sad, discipline is what gets you up. People keep waiting to feel ready. That's the biggest scam ever sold to humanity. You will never feel ready. You must act regardless of how you feel. That's where strength is born. An unbreakable person doesn't care about feelings. They care about results. You can cry, you can be angry, you can be heartbroken. But the world won't stop. Nobody's coming to save you. You can either sit and drown in self-pity or get up and fight. Every tear that falls should harden your resolve, not soften it. Weakness is a choice. Pain is unavoidable, but suffering is optional. When life crushes you, you either break or you forge yourself into steel. You see, most people live in mental cages built from fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being alone. But here's the truth. Failure is the only way forward. Judgment only matters if you respect the people judging you. And solitude? That's where warriors are born. When you sit in silence with your thoughts and face your demons, that's when you start to grow. Growth isn't pretty. It's painful. It's ugly. But it's necessary. The unbreakable mindset starts with self-awareness. You must see the lies you tell yourself. You say you want success, but do you act like it? You say you want to be great, but do you work like it? Everyone wants the crown, but no one wants the weight. You can't have both. Either you live a soft, comfortable life and die with regret, or you push yourself beyond limits and earn every inch of progress with blood and sweat. You are not special until you prove it. Everyone is born average. Some people choose to stay that way. Some don't. The difference lies in consistency. Not in talent, not in luck, but in the willingness to keep going when others quit. That's the secret of the unbreakable. They never stop. You can throw them in fire, bury them in doubt, but they'll come out sharper, stronger, and hungrier than before. Society doesn't want you to be unbreakable. It wants you weak, distracted, obedient. They sell you comfort as happiness, Netflix, junk food, endless scrolling, easy dopamine. The more you consume, the less you create. The less you create, the weaker you become. The world is full of men who were lions as children, but became sheep as adults. Why? Because they traded discipline for comfort and freedom for pleasure. You can't be unbreakable if you're addicted to ease. The truth is harsh, but it's also liberating. No one cares about your excuses. You can have results or excuses, not both. The unbreakable mindset doesn't seek validation. It seeks progress. You don't need applause when you're focused on the mission. You wake up, you grind, you improve, silently. You let your success make the noise. The weak argue, the strong execute. If you want to build an unbreakable mind, you have to start today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Every second you waste is a second you could have been stronger. The pain you avoid now becomes the regret you carry forever. There is no easy path. There is only the harder path and the harder path. The hard path builds you, the easy one destroys you. Every time you fail, remind yourself, pain is the price of greatness. Every time you're tired, remember fatigue is proof of effort. Every time someone doubts you, smile, because their disbelief is fuel. You owe it to yourself to be unbreakable. Not for the world, not for anyone else. For you. Because when you reach the top, you'll realize it was never about being better than others. It was about proving to yourself that you could conquer your own mind. The truth about strength is that it isn't built in comfort. Strength is carved in pain. It's born when you wake up at 5 a.m. while everyone else sleeps, when you grind in silence while others chase pleasure. The unbreakable mindset begins when you stop negotiating with yourself. Every time you say, maybe later, you give weakness a seat at your table. Every delay, every excuse, every soft choice chips away at your potential until one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. That's how most people die long before their heart stops beating. They lose their fire. You have to understand, no one becomes unbreakable by chance. You have to force it. You have to decide that no matter what happens, heartbreak, failure, betrayal, pain, you will not fold. You'll take every hit, every insult, every rejection, and turn it into fuel. Every no becomes another reason to fight harder. The unbreakable mindset doesn't need external motivation because its engine runs on purpose. When you have a mission, when you live for something bigger than yourself, the noise of the world fades away. The mind is the most powerful weapon you own, but most people treat it like a garbage can, filling it with distractions, negativity, gossip, and fear. The unbreakable treat it like a temple. They feed it discipline, focus, and clarity. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself you're tired, unlucky, or broken, your mind will believe it and your body will follow. But if you tell yourself you are unbreakable, if you say it, believe it, live it, then even the universe will start to bend in your favor. You must train your mind the same way you train your body. You go to the gym and lift weights to get stronger physically. You must do the same mentally. Resistance builds resilience. The more hardship you face, the stronger your mindset becomes. Every obstacle is a test, and the unbreakable don't complain about tests. They dominate them. Pain becomes their teacher. Failure becomes their trainer. Every day becomes an opportunity to become harder to kill. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Weak people break because they never trained for pressure. They lived soft lives. They never learned to control their emotions, never learned to stay calm in chaos. The unbreakable thrive in chaos. When everything falls apart, they stay composed. They don't panic. They don't blame, they adapt. That's what separates them from the rest. Control. True power isn't about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself. When you master your mind, the world becomes your playground. You cannot build an unbreakable mindset if you keep surrounding yourself with weak people. Your environment is shaping you every second. If your circle doesn't challenge you, you're not in a circle, you're in a cage. The unbreakable choose their company carefully. They don't waste time gossiping, complaining, or competing in mediocrity. They study, they build, they execute. They respect time because they know it's the only thing you can't buy back. Every wasted minute is stolen potential. Every unproductive day is a small death. People will call you arrogant for being confident. They'll call you obsessed for being focused. Let them talk. The same people who call you too much will later call you lucky. That's how the world works. The unbreakable don't explain themselves. They let results do the talking. When the weak criticize the strong, it's not about morality. It's envy. They hate you because you reflect everything they failed to become. Let them hate. Let them talk. While they gossip, you grow. While they rest, you rise. Every moment you spend complaining is a moment you could have spent improving. The unbreakable never whine about circumstances because they understand life doesn't owe them anything. If you're born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it's on you. If you were betrayed, if you failed, if you lost, fine. Use it. Every loss carries a lesson. Every scar has strength behind it. Stop crying about how unfair life is. Life was never meant to be fair. It was meant to test you. And only those who endure the test become truly powerful. You must stop running from pain. Run toward it. Embrace it. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. The unbreakable understand this. They accept short-term pain for long-term victory. They know that every workout, every study session, every hour of sacrifice adds up to something eternal. Character. Character is what remains when everything else is stripped away. Money fades. Fame fades. Looks fade. But character? That's eternal. It's the core of the unbreakable. Sometimes you'll be alone. Sometimes no one will understand you. That's the price of walking a path others fear. The world loves comfort, not greatness. You'll feel isolated because your standards are too high for the average. But that isolation is a blessing. It gives you silence. It gives you focus. It gives you time to become something the world has never seen. Greatness is lonely because the climb to the top has no crowd. But once you reach the summit, you'll realize you were never alone. The fire inside you was always enough. The unbreakable mindset isn't about never feeling weak. It's about never surrendering to weakness. You can feel pain, but don't quit. You can feel tired, but keep moving. You can fall, but rise faster. You can cry, but don't stay broken. Every setback is a setup for your comeback. Every wound is a mark of survival. The unbreakable don't chase comfort, they chase growth. And growth hurts. That's the cost of becoming more than human, becoming untouchable. In the end, what matters isn't what you say you'll do, it's what you actually do when things get tough. Words are cheap. Action defines the unbreakable. Talk less, do more. Complain less, endure more, expect less, work more. The formula is simple, but few follow it. Why? Because it demands sacrifice. It demands you kill your comfort zone. It demands you become the kind of person who thrives where others quit. That's the mindset of the unstoppable. That's what it means to be unbreakable. There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize no one is coming to save them. No hero, no mentor, no miracle, just you and the mirror. That's the moment most people crumble. But for the unbreakable, it's the moment of awakening. Because once you understand that you are the only one responsible for your destiny, you stop waiting and start building. You stop praying for easy days and start preparing for war. You stop blaming and start conquering. The unbreakable mind thrives in accountability. Weak minds seek excuses. They look for someone to blame. Parents, society, bad luck, the government, the economy. The unbreakable look inward. They understand that control equals power. And by taking full responsibility, they take control of everything. The moment you stop saying, "Oh, it's not my fault," is the moment you start becoming unstoppable. Because whether or not it's your fault, it's still your problem to fix. Life doesn't care about fairness. It only rewards strength. You must realize that mental toughness isn't about arrogance or cruelty. It's about ownership. When you own your mistakes, your fears, your failures, they lose power over you. You transform pain into fuel. Every rejection becomes proof that you're trying. Every setback becomes part of your evolution. That's how the unbreakable see life, as a battlefield of lessons. Every experience is a chance to become sharper, more precise, more dangerous to mediocrity. The mind is a battlefield. Every day, your inner voice will test you. It will whisper that you're tired, that it's pointless, that you'll never make it. That's the voice of weakness. And you must kill it. Not once, but every single day. The unbreakable don't listen to emotions. They obey logic and purpose. You may not feel like training, working, studying, or improving, but feelings don't build empires. Discipline does. Emotion is the slave, the mind is the master. The weak get ruled by their moods. The strong rule their moods. An unbreakable mindset is forged through repetition. Doing what you know must be done, whether you feel like it or not. You do it again and again until it becomes who you are. You stop negotiating with your goals. You stop seeking comfort. You simply execute. That's why the unbreakable rise above, because they're consistent even when uninspired. The difference between success and mediocrity is not intelligence or talent. It's consistency over time under pressure. The world wants to distract you. It wants to keep you chasing pleasure and entertainment. Every screen, every app, every cheap thrill is designed to steal your focus. But focus is the currency of power. The unbreakable mind protects its focus like a lion guards its territory. They cut off distractions, toxic people, and meaningless habits. They choose to be bored rather than broken. They choose silence over noise. They choose discipline over dopamine. And because of that, they see what others can't, the truth. The truth is that life is short, brutally short. You could die tomorrow, and yet people live like they're immortal. They waste days doing nothing meaningful, chasing comfort, feeding their weakness. The unbreakable live with urgency. They know that time is their most precious asset. Every second is a weapon, either used or wasted. Every hour is an investment or a debt. The unbreakable don't let time control them, they control their time. Because they understand this, you can make more money, but you can never make more time. The path to an unbreakable mindset is lonely. You will lose friends, you will lose relationships, you will lose the crowd. But what you gain is priceless. Clarity, freedom, and inner strength. You'll realize that most people never change because they're too afraid to be alone. But solitude is the forge where greatness is born. When the noise fades, your real self emerges. And that self doesn't need validation. That self is pure, focused, and ruthless in pursuit of purpose. You must stop seeking happiness as your goal. Happiness is temporary. Fulfillment is permanent. The unbreakable don't chase happiness, they chase meaning. Happiness fades when life hits hard. Meaning survives. If your purpose is strong enough, pain becomes irrelevant. You can be tired, exhausted, heartbroken, but your mission keeps you moving. The weak give up when they feel pain. The unbreakable keep going because they know pain is proof they're alive, proof they're moving forward, proof they're still fighting. The world doesn't reward those who or try. It rewards those who endure. You can try 1,000 times and fail, but if you refuse to quit, you win. Persistence beats everything. Talent fades without discipline. Intelligence means nothing without effort. The unbreakable know that victory isn't about who starts strong. It's about who refuses to stop. The last man standing always wins, not because he's the smartest or fastest, but because he's the one who didn't give up when everyone else did. Most people think success is glamorous. It's not. It's brutal. It's lonely. It's full of rejection and self-doubt. But that's what makes it beautiful. Because when you finally make it, you know you earned it. The unbreakable don't want easy success. They want earned success. They want to look back and know they fought for every inch. Because nothing tastes sweeter than victory won through pain. That's the essence of the warrior spirit. To bleed for something worthwhile, you must love the grind. Not tolerate it, not survive it. Love it. The unbreakable mind finds joy in suffering because it knows what suffering creates. You train not because it's fun, but because it's necessary. You study not because you enjoy it, but because it builds your mind. You wake up early not because you like mornings, but because it gives you an edge. You start loving what others avoid because that's where strength lies. In the places of discomfort and discipline. The mind becomes unbreakable when you stop caring about the outcome and start falling in love with the process. Because when you love the process, the results become inevitable. You stop being desperate. You stop being afraid. You stop chasing. And you start attracting. You become a force. You stop being reactive and start being proactive. That's when people start noticing, not because you told them to, but because your energy demands it. Power respects power, and the unbreakable radiate it effortlessly. There's something sacred about suffering in silence. When you fight battles no one knows about, when you grind in darkness without applause, when you bleed for dreams no one believes in, that's where your soul transforms. The world worships the results, but ignores the struggle. The unbreakable understand that the real victory happens long before anyone sees it. It happens in the quiet moments when you want to quit but don't. It happens when you're exhausted, alone, and invisible, yet still moving forward. That's where power is forged. You must learn to embrace being misunderstood. Most people will never understand your discipline, your hunger, your obsession. They'll call you crazy, arrogant, antisocial, too intense. Let them. Their opinions are irrelevant. You are not here to be understood. You are here to dominate your reality. You're not built for approval. You're built for impact. The unbreakable know that greatness and normality cannot coexist. You either fit in or stand out. You can't do both. And the day you stop caring about fitting in, you start rising above. There's a reason few become truly great. Because greatness demands everything. It demands sleepless nights, endless effort, and unrelenting focus. It demands that you sacrifice comfort, relationships, and sometimes even peace of mind. The unbreakable accept this price willingly. They understand that success isn't something you chase, it's something you become. Every day, every decision, every thought is an investment in your evolution. You either build yourself or you destroy yourself. There's no in between. Weakness is not an external enemy, it's an internal parasite. It lives in excuses and hesitation, in the comfort of tomorrow. The unbreakable mind kills weakness before it grows. When fear whispers, they act. When doubt creeps in, they move. When failure hits, they rise. They treat weakness like a disease, something to be diagnosed and eliminated. Every soft thought is replaced with a hard truth. Every negative belief is challenged with evidence of strength. That's how you rewire your mind for dominance. Every person faces two types of pain, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. One is temporary, the other lasts a lifetime. The unbreakable always choose discipline because they know regret is unbearable. Regret eats your soul from the inside. It whispers, you could have done more. The unbreakable refuse to live with that voice. They silence it by doing everything possible every single day, so that when they look back, they can say, I gave it all.